Okay, so welcome. And so here we are going to do an example of converting from standard notation or ordinary notation to engineering notation. So let's start with the first one. Okay, so now notice where the decimal point is at. Okay, so the decimal point is right here. Now again, I'm going to count how many spaces to the left I need to move the decimal point in groups of 3 until I get a number that's between from 1 to less than 1,000. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that is, so how many groups of 3 did I have? 2. Okay, so that's where I stop, because now I've got a number between, 1 and 1,000. So now the way I'm going to write this is going to be 2.4 times 10 to the 6th power, right? Notice how it's a multiple of 3, okay? So this would be engineering notation. Now the thing is this is also scientific notation. So we get the same thing, and that's okay. Okay, sometimes engineering notation and scientific notation end up giving the same result. Okay? So now, what about this one? 2400. Okay, we do the same thing. Move it to the left, 1, 2, 3, and we stop because we got a number between 1 and 1,000. And so now this is going to equal 2.4 times 10 to the 3rd. Okay, again, notice this is a multiple, the exponent is a multiple of 3, and we've got a number between 1 and 1,000. Okay, now what about 24? Well, 24, again, we have the decimal place, but we can't move the decimal point 3 spots because, again, we need a number that's at least 1 and less than 1,000. So in this case, we're not going to move the decimal point because we've already got a number between 1 and 1,000. So to write this in engineering notation, we would write it as 24 times 10 to the 0. Okay? Now, here, we've got to move the decimal point. And again, we move the decimal point in whatever direction we need to in order to get a number that's between 1 and 1,000. Okay, that's going to be important. Okay, so in this case here, we're going to move it to the right of 3 spots because we can't leave it here. Because again, we need a number that's between 1 and 1,000. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We'll put a 0 there. And so now the way we're going to write this is going to be 240 times 10 to the negative 3. And now what about E? Well, E, again, here we're going to move the decimal point to the right 3 spots. And now we got a number that's between 1 and 1,000. So now this is going to be equal to 24 times 10 to the negative 3rd. Okay. And the final one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to move the decimal point in groups of 3. So let me do it this way. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? And so now this equals 2.4 times 10 to the negative 6th power. Okay, and all of those are what we call engineering notation. Okay. Have a great day.